Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my Tourbillon map guides. Today we're on Hanamura, and we'll be starting on the first point. I've got my friend Josh here, say hi.
Hi.
So the first spot that I reckon is pretty good is if you sit a turret pretty much in these bushes here. So the first thing you'll notice is that this turret spot can't be out-sniped by anybody standing up there or through the door. That's why I think that this turret spot's good, because nobody's going to be able to out-snipe it. Anybody coming through the gate's going to get hit, and it covers this whole courtyard area, all of that area up there, and a tiny bit of the point, but that's not really what this spot's for. As you can see, it covers people going up there. Quick little note, this spot will actually shoot through the window up there, so anybody getting flanked may actually get hit coming through there. Yeah, this spot's going to cover most of this courtyard. Definitely use this at the start of the game before the team is starting to really make a push, and while they're just kind of trickling through these gates here if they've got an uncoordinated team. All in all, I think this spot is really great for covering down this courtyard area, and at the start of a game, definitely set your turret up here. It's going to be a huge help to your team. This second spot up here is also a great spot because it's very covered and can't be out-sniped. It's going to cover everywhere in the courtyard, and as you can see, it actually shoots through these windows. So anybody standing on the point and through these windows is going to get shot. And it's actually quite hard for classes to shoot through these windows back at the turret. It also covers this ledge up here, which is really good because a lot of people like to flank onto the point from there, especially Genjis and Hanzos in classes that are quite mobile. So yeah, this spot's really good for covering the point and anybody coming through the courtyard. It's probably a bit more sheltered than the last point too, so if you want a place that's nice and protected, put it up here, it's a great spot. This last spot that I'm going to show you requires a Mei, friendly or not, to boost you up onto here. So you're just going to get a Mei to boost you up here. And as you can see, you now have access to placing a turret right up here. This spot I think is exceptional. If you've got a Mei on your team, definitely place a turret up here since people are not going to expect it. And it's a really powerful spot. It covers the whole point. It's going to cover through the windows into the courtyard a fair bit, and it can't be out-sniped by anywhere. And it's really well covered. You cannot easily shoot this from the outside. If you didn't know there was a turret up there, you're not going to see it until you get onto the point right here. And it's going to start shooting at you, and you're just going to have a hard time. So this spot is absolutely brilliant for locking down the point if they're starting to make a bit of a push. That's all for the first point. There'll be aerial images on the screen now showing those spots. There'll be a link in the description to a full album of these images. There'll also be a link to a strategy page which has a overview of this map, and you'll be able to more clearly see where the turrets are, where they can reach, and you can really zoom around and have a play a bit. Alright, so you're on the last point, and right here's a really good spot for covering people coming through the doorway. As you can see, anybody stepping through the doorway is going to get shot. People up there, through there, they're all going to get shot. It does an excellent job of covering anybody trying to sneak up underneath, sneak through the door, and anybody up there. But you can get flanked from behind. Quick note for the spot down here, you don't actually get outranged. You will shoot people up on the balcony here, but once they go past the turret's eye line into the doorway, they won't get shot. This second spot, right here on the balcony. Putting it up in this corner is better than in the other corner, because if you're in the other corner, a Widowmaker or a Hanzo down there is going to be able to out-snipe you. However, placing your turret in here is pretty well covered, and it's going to shoot anybody on the courtyard. People coming through this way are going to get shot from this point onwards. Alright, so for this last spot on the last point, you're going to need a mate. Yeah, you're basically going to need a friendly mate to boost you up onto this balcony here. Alright, so for this last spot, if you get boosted up by a Mei, you can really sit your turret anywhere up here. Personally, I'd stick it probably halfway through. This last turret spot's going to catch everyone off guard because they're not expecting a Tourbillon to get up here. And it's going to cover everywhere that this point does and a bit more up here. And it's a bit harder for people to get because there isn't a staircase reaching up here, so people aren't going to be able to just walk up to your turret and shoot at it. That's why I believe that this spot is the strongest area on the last point, because it's going to cover anybody coming through the door. It's going to cover pretty much the whole point, anybody coming through here, down there, across there. It's going to cover most of this balcony here. And as I said, you can't be snuck up on since there's not a ladder anywhere. The only people that are going to be able to get to you will be a Genji or a Hanzo or a Widowmaker. Anybody with a movement ability that can get them up here, but they're going to get shot at the whole time they're doing that. As Josh demonstrated up here, you can get shot over there and come in all the way across this walkway. Honestly, get a Mei to help you up here. You're going to absolutely destroy the enemy team if you put a turret up here. That's pretty much it for this video. I'll have more aerial images on the screen right now. Much like last time, there'll be an album with all the aerial images in the description, but there'll also be a link to a page that shows you a map that you can actually edit yourself and see in a bit more detail. There'll be a link to that showing all of these spots. That pretty much wraps it up for this week. I'll probably have another video out next week. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you really want to check out more of these guides, subscribe. I've already got 2 guides up on this channel for Ilios and Kings Row. There'll be a link to those up on the screen right now.
Check out my channel.
There's Josh plugging his own channel, BlueButterCream. He's been helping me faithfully for the past 3 episodes and he hasn't complained once, at least not on camera. That pretty much wraps it up for this video here. Yeah, see you later. If you come through here, break the ledge. Josh, help.